Welcome to another episode of Tech Talks, the podcast where we dive deep into the fascinating world of technology and innovation. I'm your host, and today we're exploring some pivotal tools and platforms that are shaping the way developers work and collaborate. You know, if you've ever spent time coding or working on software development, you might have heard of GitHub. It's this incredible hub for developers, and honestly, it's revolutionized the way we think about coding. But what makes it so powerful? Let's unpack that. First off, GitHub isn't just about version control, it's so much more. Think of it as a social network for developers, where you can collaborate on projects, track issues, and even automate workflows. Imagine if every time you collaborated with someone, you didn't have to worry about which version of your code you were working on. That's what GitHub does for you. It keeps everything in sync, so you can focus on being creative instead of drowning in the chaos of multiple code versions. Speaking of automation, let's chat about the GitHub Actions feature. It's like having a personal assistant for your code. You can set it up to automatically run tests or deploy your software whenever you push changes. It's such a game changer. And I wonder, for those who are new to coding, how daunting does automating tasks sound? But really, once you get the hang of it, it can save you so much time and headaches. Now let's not forget about security. It's so crucial today, especially with the growing number of vulnerabilities out there. GitHub has integrated security features that help developers find and fix vulnerabilities right within their code. Imagine writing code, and at the same time, you have tools that are like a security guard checking for issues. It's such a relief. Have you ever encountered a major vulnerability in your work? That feeling of panic when you realize something could be wrong? Now, for all the aspiring developers out there, GitHub opens the door to so many learning pathways, webinars, and resources. It's like a treasure chest for knowledge, with everything from customer stories to enterprise insights available at your fingertips. You can really elevate your skills. I often think about how different our learning experiences would be if we had these resources readily available back in the day. What do you think? Oh, and before I forget, GitHub also offers something called GitHub Sponsors. This is a way to support open source developers. If you've ever benefited from open source software, you might want to check it out. It's like a way of giving back to the community. Imagine if every great project you used started with just a couple of creators relying on community support. How cool is that? As we wrap up today's conversation, let's reflect on how platforms like GitHub are not only tools but are building communities. They allow us to collaborate, innovate, and grow together. So next time you push code, remember the incredible ecosystem that supports you. Thanks for joining me today in this exploration of GitHub and its remarkable features. If you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more about technology's impact on our world, be sure to subscribe and join us next time. And here's a little thought to take away. How do you think the future of coding and collaboration will evolve in the next decade? Something to ponder until we meet again.